All right, guys, I just got off work, and once again, this week I'm making it a twofer. I'm going to Cedar Point. Now, of course, this week by twofer, I mean I went to Indianapolis in the last video, and that was 2 days ago. I should have quite a deluge of quick videos coming out this week, and one of those is about Patreon. So today is my very last day to really come to Cedar Point and ride everything I possibly can. It's 3:30 right now. I've made it pretty far, and I'm hopping on the highway right at this very moment. I just want to ride as many things as I possibly can. I want to enjoy this very last time. This is going to be a little bit less educational and a little bit more of just a celebration of hanging out at Cedar Point all summer and what we've accomplished on the channel. However, I will still be going one more time to Cedar Point, but that won't even be in time for another video. There will be no point to having a video at all at that point, because nobody could even learn something for one day at that point, because I will go on the day before Halloween, on Saturday, the 30th of October. That day, though, I'm going to be live casting while I'm there. And for anyone who has decided to join the gatekeeper tier of my Patreon. So if you've been checking out my Patreon account, there's already some content on there. I will be posting new stuff consistently throughout the winter, and come and join that Patreon account. You can come and join me on that Patreon account if you want to just hang out with me at Cedar Point virtually. I mean, it'd be really hard to actually do like a full meet and greet without like a staff and stuff like that. We can talk about all kinds of things. You can ask me questions. That sounds really fun. So we'll be doing a live cast through Cedar Point on October 30th, and I hope you guys will join me, but it's only for those who are a part of that gatekeeper tier. So I'd love for you guys to join me for that. Anyway, though, we are on our way to Cedar Point right now, and let's go. Also, if you have any questions about my Patreon, please check out my last video. I will have it linked up above, and I'll have it linked down below for you to check that out right now. But we are on our way. Let's go. That's pretty crazy. Also, you'll notice that I put on a warmer shirt because it was feeling chilly even here in the car. So hopefully today here at Cedar Point we are going to be golden. I'm super excited about coming into the park today. We're gonna ride as many things as we possibly can today. It's kind of our last hurrah. Let's go. Hopefully we're in for a great night tonight. I am positive it will not be as full as Saturday's recently. It's also cold. And oh my word, I'm like shivering. Can you see that on the camera? It's cold, it's windy. Hopefully that'll keep a few people away. I'm going to try one drink that I have not had yet here for Halloweekends. It's the last of the like Halloween drinks that are here. Oh man, it's cold. So I hope you're ready. I hope you're excited. Let's go. They have some characters right as soon as you walk into the park right now. Now, most of the scares are, of course, at the back of the park on Frontier Trail. I don't think that they will get started until 8 o'clock. It is 6:20 right now, and I'm still up at the very front of the park. So I'm about 20 minutes later than park open for here. Now, once again, same rules apply. I'm not going to be going to the rides up here at the front of the park, even though it is late. I'm gonna kind of start walking toward the back of the park and hit some of those first, and then keep on moving toward the front after that. One ride I definitely want to hit today is Millennium Force. Whoa. Although Raptor might have a 0-minute wait, so Maybe it's worth, oh, it's delayed. Oh, it's delayed because of wind. Oh no, nothing might be open today. Well, if nothing's open, then we do all the scare attractions. That's our backup. I am seeing a couple of rides running. Corkscrew and Rougarou both are going. So maybe we'll check out a couple. We'll see what tonight has in store for us. Although I do know that I want to get that drink, so we'll see. Now my goal tonight is to ride every single ride here at Cedar Point in 5 hours. At least that was my initial goal. I guess 6 hours maybe, but probably 5 hours. However, the cold and the wind kind of made me wonder if that was possible. We'll see. There are a few rides open, so it's maybe a possibility. Let's see what we find. Iron Dragon is taking on a nice little line very quickly tonight. There were a lot of people in line, but the line went extremely fast, so it was essentially just a walk-on. A slower walk-on maybe than some, but just a walk-on nonetheless. One ride down, 18 minutes after entering the park, and I am now walking to Rougarou, which looked from the ride on Iron Dragon to have a very low wait. So hopefully, here's hoping that that's the case. The sign said 15 minutes. This is no 15-minute wait. Front row on Rougarou. Never done this before. A half hour later, and 2 rides down. And it looks like Millennium Force might have just opened, actually. 15 minutes for Millennium. I'll take it. Gather around the desktop, children, and let me tell you of when Millennium Force used to have a DJ in the line. For us olds who remember it, leave a comment if you remember the DJ box that was right here.
Welcome back, riders. How was your ride? And this time,
it's been an hour since I got into the park, and that has now completed our 3rd ride. It is right at 7:20 right now, and I'm headed into Panda Express to eat, as you do. Came in to listen to the Fantastics here in the Red Garter Saloon, and to eat my food. I'll also probably get a drink, but let's eat first. Look at the path that it shows for Millennium Force. I love it. That's so much fun. It's surprising to me to see such a consistently long line, constantly in the Red Garter Saloon. So I'm not going to go to it right now. But earlier this summer, it was consistently the opposite. It was constantly a low line, even when you had a lot of people in there. Now it is different. I think it has to do probably with how cold it is outside. People want to get some heat while they stand in line. I mean, it's not a bad thing to do. I just did that while I was eating, so let's go. It looks like the scare actors have not come out yet for the night here on Frontier Trail. Yep, they are not yet. They're in the fort behind me, having their nightly meeting. As ghouls and ghosts are commonly known to do. This isn't even all of the line for Cornstalkers. Why you would wait in this much of a line for Cornstalkers is something I do not understand and never will understand. It has by far the longest line, and there are other haunted attractions that are far, far better. That being said, generally Cornstalkers is an hour-long line at least, if not even 2 hours. So if it's something you really want to do, it may not be the worst idea to start early, but from what I've seen, it's much better just to go late. Now, if you're not going to stay until the end of the night, that's different. But if you're going to be here until 11 o'clock, get in line at 10:30 or even at 11 o'clock and you should have a pretty low line. It looks like almost no line for Maverick, but I'm gonna go hop in line instead for Steel Vengeance right now. I think Steel Vengeance, I think Maverick, because it has such a public line, it's more popular early on in the night because people can see it and they get nervous. Oh no, a line's developing, and then they hop in line for it. I think that line will get even smaller as the night wears on. Now, what I'm using right now is a mix of intuition and stupidity. So if you if you don't want to follow my my recommendations, I completely understand that. But we're gonna see what Steel Vengeance has in store for us tonight. Ooh, no, 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 no. That is a full freaking length line. We're not riding that. I can do that any time of the year. All right, if I'm here on a Thursday night, I drove 2 hours from Fort Wayne after I got done teaching, and I am here on a Thursday evening. I'm not standing in any hour-long line for Steel Vengeance or for Maverick. I think both of those will go down as the evening wears on. So we're gonna take our chances and we're gonna go ride a couple other things. My theory at this point is that people are in line for those right now because they want to come back and see all the scare actors. So they're going, well, might as well hit the back of the park first, and then the scare actors will come out and we'll do all the haunted houses and the scare stuff. I don't think they know what they're doing in doing that, but I think that's what's happening. So I am instead going to go on to Cedar Creek Mine Train, and we're gonna go check that out right now. We also have all the fog that is starting right now, flooding this area, which does make riding these rides at night in the fog and in the cold much, much more fun. All right, it looks like Cedar Creek Mine Ride might be closed down right now. I just don't want to take the chance. I did see an empty car running, so if they're testing some stuff, figuring it out, you know, give them a couple minutes. That's not one that's going to be popular with the like young adult teen crowd that is here for Halloweekends. So that's a really easy one to definitely get on. I am taking my chances with Steel Vengeance and with Maverick on the other hand. Hopefully right now everyone is headed to Frontier Town, Frontier Trail for the Halloweekends frights, and we can head straight to the evacuated rides up here at the front. Ooh, looks like Gemini is down for the night. This ride will not open tonight or today. Oh, that's too bad. It's funny, my love for Gemini has definitely grown over the years. I was not a fan first couple times I rode it. Over those first couple of years when I would just come with Nathan and just hang out for Halloweekends, that was not my bag. But man, it's definitely become my bag over the last couple of years. It is one that people really find fun, and I enjoy that. I find it fun too. Now tonight, I am not counting Pipe Scream as a roller coaster. If we have time, I'll hit it. I have no problem with hitting it. I know it's considered a roller coaster by Cedar Point, but I am not going to consider it a roller coaster. However, this side of the park is alarmingly empty. So we're gonna have to see what all is actually open over here. Well, I have stopped shivering and I've started a very, very light sweat, probably from walking so much. I don't know if that's partially to do with going numb or if I'm just really, you know, getting that workout on, you know? But whatever it is, it's feeling better. Certainly not shivering, and the camera's not doing this anymore, so I'm glad for that. Now, another thing that I do need on this side of the park is I'm planning on going over to Melt's and seeing about getting one of their specialized drinks. There are two, I think. Yeah, there are two specialized Halloween drinks that you can only get at Melt's and at Chickies and Pete's. So we'll see if we can get those. We are here at Magnum right now. This has a nice short line. So looks like this was a good decision. A mostly empty line here on Magnum. Probably take a couple minutes, but that's fine. Certainly don't have an issue with that.
Go to the flat bars, exit to your right. Oncoming riders, walk through the gates quickly. If you are boarding on this train, walk through the gates. Come on in. Gates are now closing. Walk through the gate.
All right, next on our list of rides, or really just on the pathway toward where we're headed next, is Corkscrew. We're going to hit this. Of course, Corkscrew is not one of my favorite rides. I don't really even have any kind of positive feelings toward it, but I'm going to ride it tonight. Also, it's been 2 hours now. We've had food and we've seen a show. No, and now this is our 5th ride. That technique works every time. It's as close to working as possible. You know, like, does it really work? Does it really make you not have a headache or feel sick at all? No, but it does help. It definitely helps. So that was great, fantastic, wonderful. Oh, my poor blood on the bayou, I miss you so. Anyway, though, I misspoke. That was 4 rides in 2 hours. One of those hours was spent eating and watching a show and walking all the way through Frontier Town while everything just looked like too long of a line, or it was not open for us to do. So now we're moving and grooving. That is now 5 rides in 2 hours. That was such a short wait. It is only 8:21 right now. These rides are flying. So let's go to the next ride. I'm thinking we'll check out Valravn and Raptor while people are hopefully at the back of the park really clogging that area up. I just saw an empty train go by on Valravn. Confused by that. Otherwise, though, this is a very, very sparse night. The difference is tremendous from where it was before. So we'll see what we can get on, but let's go. Yeah, Valravn is shooting blanks tonight. So we'll go hit Blue Streak if we can hit that, and then head on over to Raptor. I should be able to see fairly reasonably whether or not there's anything left open here at Raptor also. Hopefully Valravn will open back up also, and we can hit that with a nice short wait. Well, a bunch of people are waiting for it. Blue Streak has no wait at all. People aren't even up on the loading dock. So, which I know it's not the loading bay, I know it's not the loading dock, but that's why I'm gonna call it for the rest of eternity. So if you don't like it, you're gonna have to get used to it, because that is what my brain knows it as now. I came up with the term, and it shall forever be so. Oh, that is so not worth waiting for. No way. I'm going to Chickies and Pete's, and I'm getting a drink. And then we're gonna ride maybe we'll ride Valravn. Maybe it'll be open by then. But there is no way I'm waiting in that line.
All right, we're doing the Pixie Potion. Take us
All right, I am loving the color gradient on this thing. Let's try it though. I haven't tried it yet, so. Yeah, it's just too much soda. Every one of these specialized drinks is just a lot of soda, and I'm just not a big fan. My stomach's already fragile enough at 34 years old.
That line is ridiculous. No way I'm doing that. I will come back.
Now, I did notice while I was on Blue Streak that Raptor was not open also. And I think that Gatekeeper may not be open either. We're gonna go check it out and see if it's there. I'm wondering if all of these, if they're just waiting on them all to open up after the wind and the rain and stuff. If these ones are maybe more sensitive, I don't really know. I mean, why would the big rides at the back be open, but these would not? That's really the question to me. Like, if Millennium Force is open, I would think anything could be open, right? At least that's my headcanon. So anyway, regardless, it's not open right now, but we're gonna go check it out and see what we can find if anything else is open. And if not, then I'll at least do Iron Dragon one more time before I head back to the back of the park and maybe do a couple of scares and maybe a show or two. We'll see. So Ray and Jenny, I just met them. They're super nice. We took a selfie together. Very sweet people. I love it when people say hi to me. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to say hi to everyone who wants me to say hi though. So one great way to get in touch, if you don't happen to see me around the theme parks, is to hop onto my Patreon. If you go into Patreon, there you have like exclusive access to me. Like, send me any message and I will get immediately back to you no matter what. With YouTube comments, it can be spotty. With DMs, it definitely can be spotty because a lot of those I don't even get. But if you send me one on Patreon, I get that immediately. It comes straight to me and it takes top priority. So if you do the either tier, either Gatekeeper or Blue Streak tier, you can definitely enjoy, talking a little bit, and I can get to know a bit more about who you are that way. Also, I do love that little bit of connection that I can get through that Patreon account. So go check it out if you haven't already. The link will be down in the description of this video. Barring that Valravn is open now, which I'm kind of hoping for. Oh, yes, it is open. I was gonna say there's nothing open up here, but now there is something. So let's go hit Valravn. As long as it doesn't have too ridiculous of a line. It really shouldn't if it just opened. All right, the line still is just outside the queue, but they have not opened any of it up, which is why it's outside the queue. And it is worthwhile to go because I've still got half a drink to finish. So let's move on. Let's get into this amazing ride. I love Valravn. That is now 3 hours and 7 rides that we have accomplished. Now, there are 2 more rides at the back that I would like to hit before I leave tonight. And of course, I'd love to hit Gatekeeper before I leave also. But unless I see that running, I'm gonna hit that at the very end of the night. We just got Valravn. Let's see if everyone's working their way up here because they know that now some of these rides are open and they're leaving some of the rides at the back of the park. And we're in luck, we're gonna get a bit of a show as we walk by also, which I'm not mad about. I love it when I get the chance to see shows. So at this point, we've done 7 rides and we've seen 3 partial parts of shows, plus we got a drink and we got something to eat. I would say already that's a successful day, and that is in 3 hours here at the park. Iron Dragon will likely get a much longer line right after one of the shows. So if you can hit it right before a show, then there just won't be that massive people here to ride. So we're gonna hit this, and this is purely for my walk count tonight, because I'd like to see every track on my step counter tonight if it's at all possible. So
kind of dumb. I just want to see it.
It is cold enough tonight that the rides have tried to freeze my eyeballs out of my head. But you know what? When you come in a late fall day, that's what you ask for. So we got an excited crowd here. I'm glad to hear it. Since some of the rides at the front are closed, we just got off Iron Dragon at 9:33. That is now our 8th ride of the evening. It says a 15-minute wait once again here for Rougarou. Wow, this ride is open, but they are running empty trains. There is a crowd algorithm. And they always hit this one early on in the day. You hit this one late at night, you generally can do a straight walk on.
I might get this one completely to myself. Oh, maybe not completely.
Wow, between Valravn and Iron Dragon, they really solidify the very middle of the park. So you like have no empty space in there at all. I really truly do love front row on Rougarou. I'm surprised. I rode it twice now. First time was front row, and then I liked it so much, I thought, well, let's do it again. Now, the first time I rode more in the middle. I think in the middle it's a smoother, better ride. But on the edge, like I just rode it, that's a blast too. And in the dark, it is definitely fun. Plus you see the lit up park all around you. So, that was pretty excellent. And I think we are going to try to hit 2 more rides at the back, but this is now our 9th ride in 3 hours and 20 minutes here at the park.
Ooh.
You can actually see how creepy some of them are here. Well, that was fun. We had some good scare actors come and check out the phone. The scare actors here don't particularly scare me, but you kind of get used to them the more that you come. So, of course, that is part of, you know, any haunted house, is it loses its novelty after you've gone through it so many times, because you know what to expect, and a lot of the scares come in the surprise, especially when it's stuff like this where you know people can't touch you. You definitely have to have a good amount of suspension of disbelief to really buy it, but it's still really fun, and they always make me kind of giggle. Sometimes they really do catch me off my guard, and then it's a little bit scary. Okay, my app does say that Gatekeeper and Raptor are both down, so I buy that. I buy both of them, that they are down for the night. But I'm seeing a 45-minute wait here for Maverick, and I do not buy that. It doesn't look nearly that long from what I just saw in the line, although I didn't get any video of it. We're gonna go check it out and see what it ends up being. Now, Steel Vengeance says a 5-minute wait. I worry that because it says a 5-minute wait, that's where everyone is right now. Because sometimes the parks use some reverse psychology on you. So, let's see if Maverick is as short as I think it is, and then we'll head over to Steel Vengeance after that and hope it hasn't gotten too long by then.
I'm definitely not thinking that this is a 45-minute wait.
It's been 5 minutes. 12 minutes on a 45-minute wait. Very much worth it. Thank you very much. It has been 3 hours and 50 minutes here in the park, and that was our 10th ride of the night. And we have hit the big ones, all except for this beast right in front of me. This is still saying a 5-minute wait, so let's go see how long it actually is.
I don't know that this is a 5-minute wait, but it's much shorter than it was earlier. Maybe a 10-minute wait. Either way, it's worth it.
Now that I look at it, I think my mileage is going up substantially faster than it really should be going up. Because for every ride, it thinks that I have walked that far, which I have not, even close to it. But it doesn't count steps. It just thinks I'm magically floating. So I'm definitely not going that fast. I don't think I've gone 4.23 miles tonight so far. I mean, it seems like it's a possible number, but I don't think I have. Wow, oh my word, I waited there for like 5 minutes at the very most, if not even less than that. Wow, this is great. I just met John, Kelly, and Ryan. John said, Trent. I turned around and he was like, you don't know me, but thanks for your videos. Awesome, thanks. Anyway, some other people saying hi, so thank you guys for saying hi. All told, that was a 20-minute wait for both the ride and the wait on Steel Vengeance. Definitely good. Does not bother me at all. It's really the last ride of the night, unless I happen to do something else that is just kind of a joyride for me to kind of fill in for Gemini also. Because so far I've ridden 2 extra rides, but Gemini is also closed tonight. I'm thinking Cedar Creek Mine Ride is definitely a straight walk on.
I'm surprised that this late at night Freak Show has a pretty decently long line. It may not be terrible, but I'm surprised at that. So am I the only one that just absolutely loves these views here at Cedar Point? Looking at this view, it is just so cool. All right, let's see. Oh, there is no line for corn stalkers. It is closed right now. So apparently my advice on that front was sucky, at least for Thursdays anyway. I'm not sure about other days. But I see another haunted house that we can hit instead. So I think we're gonna head that way. Make it through the Roadkill Buffet. Wow, look at this. Oh my word, completely to myself. I'm not sure if that's a good thing though.
All right, well that was fun by myself. It was not just by myself. I had these 2 people behind me with me too. That was enjoyable. Definitely a fun thing to see all of the different well-themed areas in it. I really enjoy that. I just enjoy theming in general, no matter where it is, even if it is like these wooden buildings on Frontier Trail. I love all those things. Now I'm on my way out. We'll catch just a minute of Monster Mash, but I think that is a great track record for the evening. Well, we are on our way out of the park right now. It is 11 o'clock. It has not quite been 5 hours since we've been at this park. And we have ridden 12 rides. We went to both scare zones twice, at least twice, depends on how you count it. And we also went through the slaughterhouse. So there's one more
haunted house that we went through. We saw the same show. Now it will be 3 times that we have seen this show, or parts of it each time. And we have done, I'm fairly certain, more than 10,000 steps just in the last, since I started counting, I think it's been 3 hours, something like that. I'm gonna miss Cedar Point over this winter. I always do. Of course I'm gonna miss Cedar Point. It's not over yet. Let's not start mourning yet. I still might be here with my daughter, but today was adult day here at Cedar Point for me to ride the rides for the last time this season. And right now, I get the chance to see just a little bit more of this show one more time. My goal when I entered the park tonight was to do every single ride here at Cedar Point. And I did it. Every single one that was open anyway. Unfortunately, that didn't include Gatekeeper and that didn't include Raptor, but we did also get 2 extra rides in on other rides. Plus, we also were not able to ride Gemini. Of course, that also doesn't include the kids' rides or the rides that already are existing that are closed because of unforeseen circumstances, or of course also Wicked Twister. Because Wicked Twister is not unforeseen, but it's closed now for the foreseeable future, and I'm assuming for forever. I keep seeing people on a couple Facebook groups that I follow that are just holding on to any hope that they possibly can that Wicked Twister will stay alive, that it will still be around in some form, whether that's at another park or it's at another place here at Cedar Point. And just let it die, guys. Just let it die. If let it go. If it happens to come back in some form, then it'll be a pleasant surprise. But otherwise, I fear you're going to be in for a massive disappointment next year when you enter the park and see that Wicked Twister is completely gone. I don't know about you, but I would much rather be pleasantly surprised by it still being open and not expecting it than to be hoping beyond hope that it will still be open and then to find out that it is in fact closed. And like I said earlier, I will be back on the day before Halloween, on the 30th of October. I will be here live streaming for like an hour at a time, just walking around the park, live streaming what's happening. All right. Change of plans. Raptor and Gatekeeper are both unexpectedly open. I'm gonna ride both these rides and get them done tonight, which will mean that we will have done 14 rides here at Cedar Point. 12 individual rides, but we'll have ridden 14 rides tonight. So let's just go. We might as well, right? There's no wait for either of them, so we're just gonna walk straight on. So let's go. There is a bit of a line, but I'm committed now.
The Raptor opened in 1994. It was the first coaster to feature suburban Coca-Cola travel.
All right, so that line took 8 minutes, and I'll be getting on to Raptor with the next train. Although I'm sure Gatekeeper has more than one train running too. All right, I'm gonna walk over to Gatekeeper just to see what it's doing right now. If it is open and ready to go, then I'm gonna hop on it. And if the line looks like it's gonna be long, then I'm just gonna leave because I'm tired, I'm ready to go home. Either way, that now is ride number 13 on my way out of Cedar Point in a little bit over 5 hours here in the park. Okay, no line. So, yep, we're gonna hit it. Looks like they only have one running here also, so we're definitely gonna have to wait just a little bit, but it's not too bad. It'll be 3 trains for me. 14 rides on a Thursday night in October. Really, truly the busiest part of the year, at least for this year. So these Thursday nights are a great time. They help you to be able to ride everything you possibly could want to ride here at Cedar Point. If you can come and have that time. Now, the problem is most people have to work. Hence the reason why it is so empty here on Thursdays. But given how popular Cedar Point is in October, on especially Saturdays and Sundays, to have a day like Thursday where you can come and you can ride every ride very quickly rather than having to wait in 2 hour, maybe hour and a half lines if you're lucky for every ride. Instead, here on Thursday, I was able to ride an average of about 3 rides per hour. Now, these days are shorter. They are less convenient. They are incredibly nice to be able to have when you have such busy times during this year. Thank you guys for joining me today once again, because I thought we were done, but we weren't. If you have not yet subscribed to the Not Your Normal Guy channel, please subscribe. Even this winter, we will be talking about Cedar Point. We'll be talking about theme parks. We'll be ranking rides. We will be doing all kinds of stuff. And please go check out that Patreon if you want to even be able to go a step deeper with this channel in several different ways. So thank you guys for joining, and let's go! That was also 13,000 steps for the day. It is crazy cold though. I'm sure I've sweated tonight, but you don't feel it because you are just so cold. Parking lot is not particularly busy at this time of night. This time I did actually pay attention to where my car was on the way in, which has been a mistake I have made. The last like 3 times I've come, I just haven't paid attention to where my car is, despite what I tell you guys to do. So, because do as I say, not as I do. But this time I know I am right between 23C and 23B. Let's go!